Hi, this is Danielle with Enjoy Life Lean. I wanted to get back with you about a great lean process that we can all use at home. You know that we all have those rooms or those closets or the garage or shed or basement, whatever it might be, that it just seems like that you cannot keep it straightened up. You clean a thing out, and before you know it, it is a mess again. And you think, how did we just clean this out? How can it be a mess again already? Well, today we are going to learn a process that will help you to keep it straightened up. So wouldn't that be great? Let's get started. The first S of 5S, and oh, by the way, 5S was originally in Japan, so all 5S's were Japanese words. But what we will do today is we're going to go through the English version of those. We've tried to translate them as closely as possible, and we will go through those today. So, first step, I guess, is to decide where to start, which room you want to start in, and then the first S is for sort. What sort is we're going to get rid of the stuff that we don't need, and we're going to keep the stuff that we do need. That sounds really simple, but it's not. What we typically do is we typically have 4 boxes. And the first box, or bag if you want to, is trash. It is, why are we keeping this? Its useful life is way used up. No one else is going to want this. This just needs to go in the trash. So that's the first box. The second box is donate. So Goodwill, Salvation Army, what items still have good, useful life left? They just do not belong in our home anymore. The third box is optional. You can use it if you want, or if you just want to donate everything, that's fine. Some people, it depends on the amount of value of the item or your financial situation. But the third box can be sell. So either a garage sale or Facebook Marketplace, eBay, whatever, Poshmark. There are a whole slew of online venues where you can sell your gently used items. And that can be your third box. If you don't want to sell anything, don't worry about it. Just do a donate box. The fourth box is necessary because of a couple reasons. One, some of the items might be high priced and you don't want to just throw them out and then realize in a month or two that you really did need that item. The second reason is, we all have life situations happen where we end up with items that we have emotional attachment to. They may be items that we purchase while we're on vacations. They may be, what my husband and I have come across here recently is over the last 3 years, we've lost 2 grandmothers. We've had to put another grandmother in a facility, and so we've had to go through all of those things, and we've accumulated those treasures from our childhood, and that help us to remember our grandparents. And for a while, sometimes forever, but at least for a long while, you don't want to part with those items, or you're not sure if you do. That's what the maybe box is. The maybe box is, I don't think we need this anymore, but I'm just really not ready right now to part with this item. The thing with the maybe box is you have to set a time period on it though. That might be 3 months, 6 months, even a year, but set a time limit on it ahead of time and even write it on the box. So you put maybe and then say 1 year from today. If those items are still in that box 1 year from today, we really don't need them. And so then they need to go in one of those other 3 boxes. But for right now, they can stay in the maybe box. What is not in a box is what you're going to keep. So you know that all of this out here that is not in one of these 4 boxes, we're going to keep, and it's going to need to go back into wherever it came from. So that brings us to our second S. The second S is set in place. This is kind of a plan, if you will, of where is this stuff going to go. So you're going to plan out where you want to put it, what seems reasonable. You know, as you go through your items, you realize that there are items that maybe you only use a couple times a year, but it is necessary that you keep them. Those items don't have to be right within arm's reach. They can be on that shelf, that's way up high, so put it up there. Or there are items, that might be heavier, you don't want to put on a shelf, so you have to plan out that floor space or on the bottom, of the cabinet. So we've sorted, then we've set in place, or we've put it in a plan of how we're going to set things in place. The third S is shine. What shine is you're going to clean everything up. Clean it all up so that you're not putting your items back onto dirty shelves, dirty floors, and that your items themselves aren't dirty, because they may be if it's out in your garage or somewhere. So we're going to shine everything up. The fourth S is we are going to standardize. What standardize is it's going to ensure that people put this back where it goes. And if something is missing, you know what it is and you know where it goes when you find it and put it back into place, or when you finish using it and put it back into place. That can be a variety of things. You can label shelves. You can put exactly what goes in this slot, and you can even tape off on the shelves rows of where items go. You can put little boxes in place on the floor of the car jack sits here. Whatever the gas can for the mower sits here. You can actually tape that off on the floor with masking tape. It can be shadow boards. A lot of times people or places will use shadow boards where the outline of the tool or the gadget is actually in the drawer, or even posted up on the wall, where you know that this is where the broom gets hung. This is where the 3/4 inch wrench goes. So those are all options for you. You can label drawers for what goes in that specific drawer. Then when you go to put it back, or when whoever goes to put it back, that, oh, this is a screwdriver, it goes in the second drawer. So these are all ways that you can standardize where things go, and so that visually people know where to put them back after they've used them. The final S is sustain. What sustain is an audit system. It's a process so that people know that your standardized method is not your OCD craziness. It's something that needs to be followed. So either check every now and then to make sure that things are put back how they're supposed to. If they're not, address the situation with family members, or with your kids on where stuff goes. Remind them. Some things are kind of obvious. I mean, if you have a shadow board with the broom up on the wall, then it's like, hello, how hard is it if you're finished using the broom or the Swiffer to hang it back up where it goes? Other things might be a little more complicated, but it's to just sustain is what type of process can we put in place so that it encourages and makes doing the right thing easy and the wrong thing hard. That's what sustainment is. And that may look different depending on your situation, depending on your home, all the different people that may live in your home. It may be different for each one of you. So, in conclusion, the 5 S's are sort, set in place, shine, standardize, and sustain. And I hope that you found this helpful. And as you go about organizing your home while you're sheltered in place, I hope that you can utilize some of these processes and tools so that they are helpful to you. What I will also do is put a PDF out of a PowerPoint that I have that give examples of what each of those steps look like so that you can see firsthand how easy that it is to do this in your own home. Thank you, and always remember to enjoy life lean.